No. Get down. Oh, that's dead. So was that tee shot at the start of this video far too common a shot for you off the tee? If so, have you been trying to fix your slice forever and you still can't get it right? Maybe that's because you've been doing it wrong the whole time. So in today's video, I'm going to show you what you've potentially been doing wrong the whole time when getting rid of your slice. And most importantly, I'm going to show you how to correct that, do it correctly, and stop slicing the ball forever. So the majority of golfers, particularly with driver, struggle with a slice. So for the right-handed golfer, that shot that shapes left to right, finishes way out to the right, and obviously for a left-handed golfer, that one that sets off a bit right of target and shapes out to the left. Now, there's three key things that really affect shape with driver. First one is strike on the club face. Now, I'm not going to talk too much about that in today's video. I'm going to do another video on that solely, but we're going to assume a fairly centered strike. But the other two key contributing factors are where the club face points at impact and the path the club is moving. So the direction the club is moving at impact with the golf ball. So the club face can only either point straight at the target, to the right of the target, or left of target. And the path of the club can only move left of target, straight at target, or to the right of target. Now, most golfers, to be fair, that still struggle to correct slice are usually fairly knowledgeable, and they understand that the path of their club is actually moving left through impact. So I'm going to hit a shot, a typical slicer's shot, and then I'm going to just show you something on TrackMan to help you understand the change between club face and path that's required. And after this, I'm going to hit another shot showing the general correction that I would see. So this is the first one that I would see with most golfers. And see that one setting off left, curving out to the right. Not particularly pretty, but potentially not absolutely dead, but certainly in the right-hand side. So most golfers will tell me that they understand that they're swinging out to in, so they need to change their path of their club. And you'll see a lot of golfers kind of really working on them, trying to get the club feeling that it's coming from the inside. And they feel that they can make some good practice swings, and then they'll do this. And that one is even further right, and that one is absolutely dead. So let's look at those two shots. Look at how the face at impact and the path were different, and see, have you been making this mistake all the time when you've been trying to correct your slice? So we can see there, the blue line is the swing path, the red arrow is the club face, and even though that ball missing way right, we can see the club face is actually pointing left of target. So the ball's set off left and then shaped to the right because of the path. But we can see the following one, only 6.6 degrees left, so actually the club path was better. But because the club face was 10 degrees open, we can see that red arrow now pointing right of target, the ball setting off right and finishing even further out to the right, really punishing and absolutely dead. So we can see there, even with the second shot, my path was actually better, but because my club face was worse, it was actually a more destructive shot. And the key reason being, the ball tends to set off incredibly close to where that club face points. And then the path the club moves on creates the shape. So the little challenge is, if you're a slicer of the golf ball, you cannot afford to have the golf ball setting off right of where you aim or where you want it to finish, especially, because if it's slicing, it's moving further away. So most golfers, even though they can improve their path, because that club face is still open, it actually makes it worse when they make a better swing path. And if you know that club face is there, it's incredibly hard to swing from the inside because I'd actually hit my camera. So it kind of makes sense that if your club face is open, if you swing more left, that club face is now looking closer towards my target, which is great. The ball's going to set off on target rather than at the camera, but we're still going to see that shape. So the first thing we need to do, and most golfers never ever work on this, is we have to fix the face first. Now, I'm going to give you a couple of suggestions, but there's no hard and fast rule on how you can do this. This is where I want you to experiment. So I want you to set up as you normally do, but I want you to try and get that club face closing more through impact. So you could either close the club face at impact, close the club face at address, which is in theory strengthening the grip, or you could physically try and close the club face, whether it's right or not, closing that club face, rolling the hands, forearms, whatever you want to say. Do whatever you need to do to try and get that club face left or closed at impact. And if you can do that, what we should start to see is a ball that goes low, left, and we can see there my club path was no better, but my club face was under a degree left. Now I know what you're thinking, you're looking at that and saying, but that drive's still in trouble. Yes, it is. But the big thing for me is if you're a slicer of the golf ball, if you actually were aiming straight and were to miss a few fairways to the left, even though you're missing fairways, you'd actually say, do you know what? I love that. Felt a nice, powerful strike. The ball actually went quite a decent distance because it was nice and low. It wasn't that glancing below. And if you can hit a few shots with that club face closing, and like I said, as long as you can do it to begin with, I don't mind how you do it. But if you can start closing that club face, then you could change your path. Now, it is incredibly difficult to try and work on two things at once. So let's say you're somebody who's having to think about closing that club face. We know that you're swinging out to win. So that golf ball there set off left, but then shaped to the left. So what we would do is same kind of feeling, but I'm now going to aim a little bit further to the right. So as long as you've got that good club face control, the path relative to the target will look better. We're not necessarily changing it how you're doing it at the moment, but we're going to aim a little bit right, control that club face. So again, we can see that one set off a bit straighter. The path looks much, much better, but it's still missed that little bit to the left. So once you've done a few of those, particularly in practice, this is a great chance to do it. Then you might say, right, I don't really want to feel that I aim so far right. So you could get the club working back, let the club drop down behind you a bit more, and then make the swing. So now we've fixed the face, so the ball's going to set off better. Now the path relative to the face is going to be a little bit more from the inside, and we should start seeing straighter shots. Now I've not done that perfectly. And we can see there that I've not controlled my club face. So it's 4 degrees open, it's down the right hand side, but that would be playable. But because I was focused on path, I lost a little bit of club face control. So let's do both, fix the face, then we can improve the path. Swinging from the inside, club face 3 degrees closed. So even that one ran into the left semi-rough, if you can fix that face, then by aiming further and further right, we're improving the path relative to the face because we've fixed the face first. And if you can aim down that right hand side, put that swing on it, you can say goodbye to your slice forever. Right then guys, so you could see there, simply by changing your swing path is not going to help. And as we saw early on, if you change your path, or improve your path apparently, without changing club face, it actually makes the shot worse. So I understand why you've been getting it wrong, and I also understand why you've never fixed it. But fix the face first, then you can fix the path, and that's going to get you hitting the ball straighter than ever before. So if you have enjoyed today's video, I'd love it if you liked it and shared it. Comment below and I'll get back to as many people as I can. If you have enjoyed the video though, and you don't currently subscribe, I'd love you to hit the button below, ring the notification bell, and then you'll find out whenever I drop a new video. Follow me on all my social media platforms, all under Ali Taylor Golf. Hopefully catch up with some of you guys down here soon. Stay in contact.